G'day guys, welcome back to Frostbite's G.I. Joe Repro. So this video, man, I had to rush this through. Hasbro dropped some details this morning from a live conference. It was conducted at the Australian Hasbro headquarters here in Australia. That's in a place called Brisbane. I didn't know it was on to the last minute. I'm actually a bit late for work, but I really wanted to get this out to you guys. I don't know if it was streamed to America or internationally, but yeah, we definitely got it here in Australia. So just wanted to quickly go through the details. There wasn't much, but what they gave us was pretty awesome. So during the reveal, they gave details on, and I'm sorry, I've got to read some notes here. I didn't have a lot of time to prepare. But during the reveal, they gave details on the 3 new Australian G.I. Joe classified figures. And they're getting released, they said about 6 months' time. So I think that's pretty normal for when they announce classifieds at the normal Hasbro location, and then we see them. It's about 6 months, I think. And they also weirdly revealed an artist rendition for a new version of Falcon. So hang with me. I'm going to get this done as quickly as possible because I got to get to work. But without further ado, let's crack in. Here we go. Okay, so like I said, this was amazing. I've never actually seen an Australian Hasbro Pulse official event coming from Australia. So as did I say it started around 7 this morning, right? The reveal was made by the Australian Hasbro rep in charge. So we've got a guy out here called Andy. He's in charge. And then we've got a design manager out here called Tobias Drundridge. So yeah, he's pretty good. They went through the 3 specifically Australian characters to be released. 2 of them are actually existing characters that we've seen before in G.I. Joe media. And there was 1 new character. Look, I'm just amazed that we're seeing actual Australian stuff. It's not Major Blood. It's not characters, that we think are from Australia. They come out and they said these characters are Australian, and we're proud to be able to present them live from the Australian Hasbro headquarters. So yeah, it was great. Let's crack in. First up, Digger. This guy. So I'm gonna chuck it out there. Our American friends, or any of the guys, you Brits, any of you guys that aren't in Australia, you probably aren't aware of this comic. It was an Australian release. You'll probably hear a few Australians say that they owned it. That's cool. This character Digger, right? He weirdly looked like Recondo, but he spoke with an with an Australian accent, and that's how we knew he was an Australian called Digger. So the other thing they dropped, they didn't show a lot of pictures. We got given this on the side there. I've pulled up the comic cover so you can see what he originally looked like. There's not too much of a difference there, right? Like just a difference in colors. But what we're going to do is they weirdly read out the file cards for each of these 3 characters. So I've spent a bit of time going back and listening to the videos and typing it all out for you guys. So I'm going to go through each of the file cards when we go through the figures, because I wanted to give you guys as much as I could. So they said, Digger was infantry, pretty easy to see, I think. So the file card apparently read, Digger hails from Maryborough, Australia, where he learnt the hard facts of growing up in a small community. As soon as he could leave school, he joined the army as infantry. He served 20 years before becoming a private contractor available for private ops, usually at the Australian government's expense. Digger is a specialist in the large majority of weapons used in the Southeast Asian region, and the rest he'll figure out as he comes across them. Wetsuit and Hawk worked with Digger a few times, and I love this. Like they're going back to the history of this comic. Like they could have just made up whatever, but at least they're referencing that original Australian comic. So it goes on to say that Wetsuit and Hawk worked with Digger a few times on operations that they don't want to remember. They both agreed that Digger could joke around with the boys, but knew how to put boots to ground when it was necessary. He was someone you could have a laugh with so easily, but also left you wondering what was going on behind those eyes. Now, this is really nice for me as an Australian to be reading this to you in an Australian accent. And I know you true fans of G.I. Joe history will just love that as well. So the design rep Tobias mentioned that his accessories, and I'm sorry I'm reading my notes. Like I said, I didn't have a lot of time. They mentioned that his accessories will include an SLR as the rifle. So SLR, it's what you can see Digger holding on the cover of that comic. An SLR would traditionally be a bit thicker than that and have a wooden side handle that folds down. It's a very cool looking weapon. They sort of phased them out of the military just before I joined. So about 94, 95-ish, they phased them out, I think. SLR stands for self-loading rifle. And so he'll get that. That's his main loadout. That'll come with the removable magazine, and you'll get an extra magazine for his webbing as well. So that he also mentioned that you'd be getting a knife that would be reminiscent of Crocodile Dundee. And you can sort of see it on his left leg. That's not a knife. This is a knife. So you're going to get the full Australian experience with this character. You're getting the Croc Dundee knife. As you can see in the picture, we're getting that, the pistol mounted up on the left-hand side. And I think they said they were going with the Browning, which was Vietnam era handgun. Officers usually carried them. So that's really nice detail. And they sort of hinted. They said that they'd be giving him a pet. And then, to my delight, they stated they were going to give him a drop bear. And I actually gasped because I couldn't believe how amazing it would be for an Australian soldier to be given one of Australia's deadliest creatures, a drop bear. If you're not in the know, drop bears the cranky, bitchy, deadly version of a koala. You don't see them all that often. They will rip your nutsack off. It's not good. So we're going to get a drop bear with this guy. They said the design wasn't ready yet, but it'll be ready in about a month or so for a further live broadcast. But yeah, how sweet is this figure? And we're going to get a drop bear with him. He's getting a pet. Apparently the uniform will match the one worn on the cover. So you can sort of see that. And it'll be a tan color. Instead of the brown color you can see on the front cover of the comic there, we're getting a tan cover, which I think's a bit nice. It's a really nice look there. It compares and contrasts well with, like his belt and his holster there. I think it looks really good. They've done a really good job with this. And they also mentioned that we would be getting a second head mold, which won't have the moustache. So that's for all you guys out there, a bit like me, can't grow great facial hair, and you want your digger to not have the hairy face. We can do it. We can swap the heads over. Apparently, so that's Digger. That's our number one. Let me know in the comments what you think about the Australian Recondo getting released. Let me know. Next up, and this one blew me away. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. We're getting that kangaroo. We're getting Boomer. So Kangor. This was an international release figure. It's Big Boa, but he was Kangor, and he came with that kangaroo, the boxing kangaroo. It was such a cool thing, but good luck finding that bloody thing. So I really like that Hasbro has gone and found an Australian character, and we're not getting Big Boa, we're not getting Kangor, we're getting the kangaroo. This is great. So we're getting Boomer. His name's Boomer, right? Now, I want you to know this is not the original kangaroo in the history. This is a descendant. So I've got his file card details here. Are you ready? I'm going to read them out. So for Boomer, this massive descendant of the Argentinian boxing kangaroo, Prince Rocky, was brought up in Alice Springs, Australia. This was the only place that Boomer felt at peace after seeing his father get impact separated by a semi-trailer while trying to cross the road while enacting a game of Australian Frogger. Boomer trains every day in preparation for his eventual revenge on the driver of that semi-trailer. But until that day, he participates in nighttime bare testicle boxing matches where he always wins. It goes on to say, this is someone's quote, "If you're a Viper, you'd better hope that Boomer never enters the battle. He always keeps a 6-pack of beer, a packet of durries, and a stick mag in his pouch. When he gets mad, he'll scull the beer, light a durry, and you don't even want to know what he does with the stick mag. Seasoned Vipers know that when you see Boomer coming, it's time to leave." We've sort of got an artist rendition up there on the right. They said, this is best case what it's going to look like as a figure. We all know the difference between seeing the art and seeing the actual figure. But Tobias was saying that Boomer will come with his stick mag, a hard half a carton of piss. He called it piss. That's what we call alcohol over here. And I loved how he was using the traditional names for things. It's really just a nice touch. And also he's coming with a packet of durries. Apparently we'll also get a loose durry and a beer as well, so they'd be able to fit in his hands. So they've really done well with the molding for this figure. Looking at this picture, I can't wait to see what he comes out like. He won't look anything like, the original version. His descendant, So they're saying that Boomer's weapon fit out will be an Ostire, and that's what Australian soldiers are currently using. So that's a real nice touch. And he'll also come with a pig sticker knife and a few frag grenades. So I thought that was pretty cool. Well, they didn't mention it, but we'll probably get the extra mags, and they'll sit in his pouches there. They did talk about having a soft, like a soft feature pouch on his body that you'd be able to take that packet of durries and one of the beers and put it into. And I thought these guys, like, they're just kicking goals. I just can't believe they're getting this across the line. All right, so that's Boomer. And then the third Australian character that we got. This is the picture they gave us. So they've given us a character. It's spelt, and I've got to spell it here, just so you know. It's spelled Kaaanto, Kanto. Um, so they're talking about hipsters. They're giving us a hipster ninja. Apparently, it's pretty awesome. So looking at his card, it said, born from the gutters and back streets of Australia's most hipster city, this wannabe ninja searched for decades in the back rooms of organic coffee shops and other trendy shop fronts for his purpose until finally finding his master on an international cruise to Greece. After years of hard training and devotion, Kanto was recognized for his efforts by his master by being allowed to take the bins out. That's quite the honor here in Australia. Kanto is an expert in the spoon discipline, specializing in the double-edged shit-eating spoon and ornamental throwing spoons. There's a quote here: if you want to get bugger all done over a long amount of time, Kanto's the man to have in the field. He can smell the easiest job a mile away and will then spend an hour telling you how difficult it was. The Dreadnoks once said that having Kanto in their company was the equivalent of scraping their hairy beanbags along the road while piggybacking Whoopi Goldberg. How's that? I don't know how these dudes like are coming up with just excellent file cards like that. Like, this is Larry Harmer quality. So yeah, well done, boys. That they said that the accessories for Kanto will apparently be two of his double-sided spoons, and he'll also come with 5 of the ornamental throwing spoons. Now, as a really nice touch, they said that the ornamental, the ceremonial, they kept flipping between the two words. Each of the 5 will be from a different state in Australia to really apparently please the spoon collectors out there that also collect GI Joes. What a nice touch! They've just really thought of everything here, guys. It's another goal by Hasbro. They're also saying to go along with the outfit that they've given him. That's his ninja outfit, his hipster ninja outfit, and he's got his military pink beret there. Good on him. You'll also get a cup of tea with a saucer. This is all in classified size. Very impressive. And you'll also get a cafe to go cup of coffee, and that'll have a lid that just comes off. And apparently all of the gear will be able to fit into a linen cloth white bag with a picture of a duck on the side. I just can't wait for these figures to come out, honestly. Let me know in the comments which one you're the biggest fan of. Is it Digger, Boomer, or Kanto? Let me know. I can't pick at this point. I think Boomer actually might be the way to go, only because he's coming with the half carton of piss and the pack of durries. And I want to see if that stick mag comes rolled up so it becomes a weapon, or if it's a flat mag with, some really nice picture detail on it, like we saw with the little cereal packet with Starduster. Let me know which one you think will be the winner here. All right. Now, lastly, I I can't I can't believe they're doing this, but they mention a future release that isn't Australian. So we got our 3 Australian figures, and then they pulled this out of the bag. It's unreal. So for all you guys out there that might have seen or might collect Transformers, Hasbro has been playing in the space with crossovers for a while, and we've seen, Knight Rider, Top Gun, Ghostbusters. They've even crossed with monsters. We've seen a Dracula crossover. And with G.I. Joe, I think the only crossover we've seen has been one crossover figure that crossed with Mask. It was a Matt Tracker figure back in the Collectors Club days. But this is going to blow them all away. Um, it's a crossover between G.I. Joe and the Goonies. We're getting, ladies and gents, we're getting a Sloth Falcon. Can you believe this shit? This is awesome. I love this. Um, everyone loves the Goonies. Everyone loves the characters from the Goonies. Everyone hates Falcon, at least this version of Falcon. So I'm really happy that if they were going to cross Sloth with anyone, they sort of gave this Falcon figure a bit of an uplift, gave him a better looking face. And I really like the face mold they've given him. I think it adds character. And, I'm really happy to see this crossover with the movies occurring. This thing looks like absolute quality. Everything on the figure is brand new. Everything. And when I say brand new, I mean they've repurposed everything. Um, I mean the figure's brand new. You're going to get it brand new in the shop, but yeah, like the mold, it's all the same stuff. And I know some of you don't like that, but hey, we got a new head on a shit-looking figure, so yay! Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. Are you up for the Sloth Goonie Falcon crossover? Let me know. And in fact, let me know in the comments. Like, it's a great day. It's the 1st of April. Let me know how you're going to spend your April Fool's Day. Um, I know I'm going to go to work and I'll be thinking about these figures all day. But let me know in the comments how you're going to spend your April Fool's Day, and you know, have a great day. If you're not currently subscribed to the channel, please hit that sub button. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. This release of new GI Joe classified figures. And, like I said, let me know which one was your favorite character. Uh, love you all. And until the next video, stay frosty. Bye bye.